keep getting Sephora beauty emails.
Why?
Ooh. For some reason.
Are you worried about your complexion?
Beauty product, yeah, beauty. Yeah. I don't know
why.
why.
I go to.
But
I buy
keep
this face wash at Clinique in the mall. Like I always.
Gay.
Serious? No, I mean it works, so I like it.
Yeah, no, always good.
We should go shopping.
I used to do just that stuff. I get the Paul Mitchell. Oh, that Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell.
Paul Mitchell. The Paul Mitchell.
Oh my God, it's Paul Mitchell.
I love Paul Mitchell.
Yeah.
No, I always get his. This is Reform Gel.
Yeah, I use Paul Mitchell. I use a Crew. This is the other one I'm using right now.
Ooh, Matty Mullins uses Crew.
Yeah, I use Crew shampoo. I love Crew shampoo.
Well, it's me. It's the reforming gel, and I have thinner hair in general.
Yeah.
So it actually kind of
There are days I wish I had thinner hair because, for God's sake, my hair is
don't you
thick.
dare! Don't you dare say that! Don't you ever say that!
There's just not much, just a little bit.
Stay as long as you
can.
Cherish it.
What's up, guys? It's the Friendly Fire Podcast number 64.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! And it's special today because it is Josh's birthday.
It is that too.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hi, it's Josh here. I just wanted to let everyone know that I'm currently writing my last will and testament.
Because he's reached the ripe old age of 29.
Right. If you guys could let me know in the comments what your favorite kinds of diapers are to use when you reach your old age, and also some links to make it easier for me to collect on Social Security, that would be great.
We're all pitching in for a life alert at the same time.
You guys are the best.
All senior citizens.
I thought you guys wanted me to die.
I do think if you see Josh in the future, you retroactively owe him a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's birthday shot whenever you see him in the future.
Yay!
So
awesome. And that's a shot of alcohol, not a bullet from a gun.
Well, I didn't.
Well,
specify.
he didn't.
Yeah,
It's up to them.
That's why I have to specify.
It's up to them.
What if it's like a shot of heroin or something?
I'm not
There you
gonna. Well, all right. I mean,
I'm not gonna say no.
if you're really twisting, my
I don't want to
arm
be
here,
rude and
if
say
you-
no.
If you were literally twisting my arm, I guess I'll take a shot of heroin.
God damn it. Okay.
All right.
Why else is it special this week, Logan? What is special about
I don't know.
what number episode this is?
Oh, the number.
Number.
So in honor of 64th podcast, we're going to talk about it. Actually, there's only 4 of us here. We're going to start with that. So it is me,
Patrick.
Worth.
Jersh.
And we're going to be sharing our favorite Nintendo 64 games. Or memories.
Or
whatever you
memories.
wanna call it, so.
And or. Same thing.
And or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a Nintendo 64 podcast!
Yeah. Who's Miss Sean here?
Nah,
no
I miss
one.
Sean.
I mean, I do.
No one.
I miss Sean.
Yeah,
Sean doesn't talk, so
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He just
He's
screams
like-
retardedly once.
Every time he talks, I'm just like, God.
he has a good pun every once in a while.
There you go.
but
That is true. He's good for puns. So.
He's moral support. He's literally like the back
This
conscious
is right,
we never
yeah.
talk about.
Right. Well, we never realized he's here. I mean, our vision is based on movement, so.
Patrick,
What's that supposed to
Yes.
mean?
what have you been playing?
I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh my God.
I've been playing a few things this week. My number one thing is Darkest Dungeon is what I've been playing.
You talked about this,
Yes.
but I don't really know what it is.
It's a indie game, technically. You can think about it. It's only $25 on PlayStation 4. I think it's on Xbox. I don't know. No, is it only PS4?
What?
Darkest Dungeon.
Darkest Dungeon is the name of it.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's on PS4 for sure now. But it is a 2D just RPG element game, but it is like Dark Souls hard. It's ridiculous.
Oh wait. Okay, no. I do remember seeing something about this because I remember like
epic music, epic narrator all the way through. He talks about everything, like when you hit an enemy, whether it's a critical or a regular hit, or you dodge or you do something. There's always like something he'll say the entire time, keeps you going in the game. The hardest part about the game in general is they have a stress meter. Is the best way to describe it. So you have your health meter, you have your magic meter, all that stuff. But it makes it so you cannot continue to go through the dungeons over and over again with the same characters. Like, you can still build them up and get them stronger, but if your stress meter is really high, and I guarantee you my stress meter in one dungeon has gone from 0 to 100% before. and it fucks with you the entire. Like
So-
one of two good things happens: either your character will like go crazy, or your character will become super heroic, and you never know. There's a little bit RNG based. It's not as heavy as like some other
Right.
turn-based games. But yeah, it's ridiculous, and you gotta plan out, you gotta collect idols, you gotta save money, all this stuff. But it's insanely difficult.
So that's
But
not...
in a good way. Your characters die if your character dies, your character stays died. You're
It's
constantly
like
picking up new stuff.
wasn't Shovel Knight kind of like that?
And Shovel Knight was more like Mega Man hard.
Yeah.
It was like when I say Dark Souls hard, I'm not lying about.
But I mean like
It is
that
different.
mechanic where like one character dies, they stay dead.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you go 0 to 100
Yep. Every single time.
real quick.
God damn it.
I'll see myself
The only thing that I've seen that maybe gives you a little bit of an advantage, and there's no like difficulty level in the game, but the best way to describe it is in your options. Sometimes when you kill an enemy, they'll leave a corpse on the map. There's 4 enemies. You can have up to 4 enemies on one side and 4 heroes on one side.
Okay.
So let's say you're attacking with the Crusader, aka the Paladin. His attacks can only hit either the first 2 with certain abilities or the back 2 with certain abilities. But obviously your first 2, because he uses a sword, do way more damage than the other ones. The other ones are more like stun based or heal based, or maybe it's like a mark based where people will attack him only and you can just keep healing yourself. You have to destroy the corpses to have him be able to hit like people in front of you. There's an options toggle where you can make it so they don't drop corpses. And from what I've seen, it doesn't get rid of like achievements or anything like that. I haven't done it yet, but like I'm this close because the game is so hard. The game is so hard, but it's really it's fun in a small way. The other thing I did, I finally beat Xenogears.
Finally,
Yeah, I didn't beat it within the year like I wanted, but
Just a little late. It's okay.
It was fantastic. As
27 days
usual.
late.
I got my amazing anime outro and good music, and me still wishing that they would ever remake it or provide an actual sequel to it, but it'll never happen.
Right.
That's
sad.
That is something that no guy ever wants to say out loud.
Wait.
You're 27 days late.
Oh god.
And my final game is King's Quest, the newest one, the episodic 5-chapter.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say, what is that? Yep, it's coming back to me now.
They're supposed to have, since I bought the season pass, they're supposed to have an epilogue chapter for 6. They haven't,
That's cool.
6, but you only get it if you got the season pass. It's one of the very few season passes I've ever gotten in my life. So I'm really excited to see it. I was a little let down from the ending. It was really good. In the beginning, in the first chapter, it was all to do with this dragon that you fought, and kind of that Mass Effect system. You have one of 3 endings you could choose: the compassionate ending, where you let it go; the intelligence ending, where you hit its like feed bell, so it will go away; or the warrior/fighting ending, where you like shoot it in the eye to like get it away from you.
Sure.
And I went for the good guy round, obviously my first time all the way through. The compassionate ending, where I actually let him go. Like, he climbed out of the cave and wasn't there anymore, and he never showed up the entire time. I was kind of disappointed. I was like, where's my dragon buddy? I worked so hard to let you go, and he didn't show up. But who knows? Like I said, episode 6 is supposed to come out, and they did leave it at the end for Christopher Lloyd voices the main character. So you
Really?
yeah. Yeah, well, he's.
I'm glad he's still alive.
He's old man. He's old man version, but during the entire game, it's Troy Baker that does the main voice.
Oh, very
character.
nice.
So yeah, it's
Troy
super.
Baker's
It's
awesome.
super good.
Yeah, man, I'm kind of interested in it.
It's a telltale feel, but I know you'll like it more because like these last few puzzles I did were like challenging. Like I really had to think outside the box. I had my calculator out on my phone, trying to figure out like numbers in my head while I was doing it. I had my word pad on my tablet and I was like typing stuff out to be like, okay, if I do this
This is
will
like
happen.
MMO shit.
I'm not lying.
Yeah.
It was good, challenging version of it. But anyway, yeah, finally finished that, and I did play a little bit Final Fantasy 15, which me and Josh will talk about in a little bit. The new DLC came out for the holiday pack, and it was very fun all the way through. But that's it. Really cool.
Disneyland with Chocobos.
Nate, what you been playing?
I have been playing a whole lot of ESO this week.
Woo!
I
Why don't you tell me and Logan when you get on ESO?
You say that both
Triggered.
Of both of their heads went up.
There's-
when you
Isn't
said
that the
that.
fucking
It's like I just scared the witch. Like, and
We bug him to
Oh,
get this
God.
game forever so that he can play with us,
Because
and
I
now
wanna-
he's playing it by
I
himself.
want to get my level up a little bit before I do.
No, levels do not matter in this game.
Yeah.
They don't matter when you're playing
Ish.
with a party. They
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
matter
sure.
when you're
They
playing.
matter
with a
at your own to get your abilities up, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, to get up powers. But the reason we don't want you to play too far ahead without us is because if you play certain story elements,
I'm only at like level 7 right now.
Doesn't
I'm only-
matter.
Okay.
if you play certain story elements without us, then there are parts of the game that we cannot join you on.
Okay.
Because like if you like save a town that's burning, once you save it, your town is no longer burning. If we haven't got that far, our town will still be burning.
I haven't got that far yet.
Well, I'm just saying that there are things that you could progress too far, and the point of us having these characters is to do a group playthrough. If
Okay.
you have a solo character, then do whatever the fuck you want.
Okay.
You know, that's
All right,
fair.
So I'll kind of slow down a little bit.
Or just keep this character as your single player character, and then make a new one. You can make a new one with us. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm not that far ahead. I'm like level 20, and you're what?
We grinded a lot though during the holiday event, is why our levels is that high.
But those are also our single player characters. Like
I was doing it with we run around me, you, and Jared with those.
well, I have the wizard or the wizard high elf that's only like level 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So
We can mix it.
That's pretty much what I'm at right now.
Yeah.
so I have multiple characters I can use, but
Right.
so yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But you need to let us know when you get on so
Alright.
we can play with you.
Fine.
Jesus, man.
What faction are you on?
I'm a high elf Templar.
That's not a
Elderberry
faction.
Dominion. Yes.
No, you can.
Oh.
If you he probably has a perk where you can do any race,
that's
any class.
right, yeah.
Are you Aldemary Dominion or are you Ebonheart? Do you know?
I think I'm Dominion. I need to check.
Are you in a forest? Like a big.
You don't
No,
start
I'm
in the
in
forest.
forest.
No, I started out like kind of a pirate town, like with Khajiit. Like, I don't know.
I think that's Aldermary
That's
Dominion.
Aldermary.
It
Aldermary
sounds like
Dominion.
it.
Yeah, high five, Aldermary Dominion.
Did you,
Yeah.
did you meet a black and like gray Khajiit?
Yes.
What's his name?
Oh, he's
starts
awesome.
With, starts with an R.
God, what's his name?
Rosendar.
Razumdar, yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
guy.
he's
Razumdar,
awesome.
He's always like flipping a coin. He's
Yeah,
just sitting there,
Razumdar's
like,
a cool.
chill. Okay,
He's
so-
a wait for it. Cool cat.
I knew.
God damn it.
That's all Mary Dominion.
Get
no, that is.
out.
I love Rosendar.
But
so.
no, I made a high elf Templar, and I'm specializing in
This one notices.
using staves as my main.
That's cool.
Yeah, so staves and I'm kind of trying to balance between heavy and medium armor. Like,
No,
no.
it's a terrible idea.
Do not do that.
You want to use light armor, actually.
Light armor as a Templar.
If you are using spell casting, if your primary thing is magic, you need to use light armor because it gives you the best benefits down the road.
Do you remember me telling you this exact same thing? Like, a week ago? I told you this exact same thing that Logan is telling you.
Why are you
right
so
now.
bad at this?
Why are you so bad at this?
It doesn't make sense, but if you have magic base and you like go into light armor, it'll increase
But
your
I still want,
magicka,
but
your
I want to be able to
damage.
use like some blunt, one-handed. Like if I need to use a sword and shield.
You'll get that when
You can.
when you get your dual class ability. You'll do
You
that.
gotta think like MMO and not like you gotta think like MMO stats, not like logical. Here's what I should do. MMO is like you need the buffs at the right place to get the most benefit out of it. So you can't do your own thing.
You will also get more options to do things with your character as you progress when your character gets stronger. If you're not using armor that's attributing your race traits and your class traits, you're not going to progress.
Okay.
So you're
You
going to hit a
will.
brick wall eventually.
And
not
sorry
as
just to
fast.
shit all over what you were doing because I'm super happy you're
I
playing
know,
it.
But
but
this
like-
is why we wanted you to play with us so that we could
Well,
tell you about
It's
these
not too
things.
late, you know.
It is
still-
not too late because I'm sure there's no points you've wasted or anything. I just want to make sure that you get off on the right foot.
I'm
kind of thing,
I'm
too.
not far enough ahead to be like to have this be like a
Right.
completely
Going
different
down a
Oh, it's
path
not.
that cannot follow.
Yeah.
Nate, you're breaking my heart.
Anything else besides ESO, sir?
Yeah, I played. I downloaded Battlefield 3 because that's on backwards compatibility, and Bad Company 2, and I played quite a bit of 3 because that's my favorite Battlefield.
3 was pretty good.
Oh god, Carg Island, and fucking actual good flight controls.
Right. Yeah.
Battlefield 4's flight controls were fucking abortion.
Yeah.
So, Battlefield 3. It was like I was telling you guys earlier. Like I'm a huge Top Gun fan. I was literally Maverick in Battlefield 3.
And
Cool.
now you're just Goose.
No, well, actually, Goose was my nickname in elementary school.
I mean,
I don't know why.
That's actually true.
Yeah, Logan remembers.
That's not an alternative
Yeah,
fact.
really?
Yeah, Logan remembers. I don't know why people just started calling me Goose.
Yeah, I have no idea either. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did. I was kept with Nate.
Yeah, like
You're still Nate.
I was glad you did. But like everyone at my school was like, "Hey, Goose." I'm like, "Hi."
Okay.
Hi.
You may not be physically dead, but you're dead inside.
So I played Battlefield 3. Did a good amount of Siege, not like a whole lot, but and then I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's it. Mostly just ESO.
That's good news.
Cool,
to
man.
hear, so.
Yeah. Like I finally got an RPG. Are you guys proud of me?
I'm still very happy that you made me very happy that you got ESO.
It's an action RPG though.
Yeah,
I feel like
it's always fun.
I just want you to play it with us.
Okay, well,
So
next time I'm on, I'll be like, "Hey, bitches,
thank you.
I'm gonna play ESO. We're gonna do this together."
Yeah.
Okay.
We just had to yell at Jared to make sure he gets on too. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I also played Rocket League with Jared. Josh, birthday boy.
Arrow.
What are you doing?
So this week, I played Final Fantasy 15. Finally, I was so happy. The update.
Something to do.
Yeah, right. No shit. Because I've been waiting. How long was it now? Like 3 weeks for them to patch Chapter 13. So and plus the Moogle Chocobo Festival.
I got the
was coming
shakes
out.
too, buddy.
Yeah, man. Oh man. Oh, so great. I went as soon as I found out that it was updated, I immediately hopped on it and played for hours. I'm in chapter 14 on the story right now, so that's pretty cool. Other than Final Fantasy 15 and the Moogle Chocobo Festival, which you and I will talk about, later. I played lots of Rainbow Six Siege, a literal fuck ton of Rainbow Six Siege. I got this grand idea last week sometime that in order for me to make supplemental income and different ways to make money, that I was gonna be like a Rainbow Six Siege tournament player, like out of the blue, and I'm slowly discovering how difficult this is going to be. So, and I mean, granted, I have experience playing tournaments before. I mean, fighting game tournaments.
Fighting games, totally different.
Yes. Well, and this is and it's not that it's more elaborate. It's more elaborate. It's like a bigger tree. So fighting games are a smaller tree where it's very elaborate, but you have a lot of things that you have to manage in less time. In Rainbow Six Siege or in shooters, like you have lots of things that you have to manage in bigger lengths
team
of
based.
time.
And you have to
And
rely on
it's
the
single
people.
player
Rely on the
based too,
people.
yeah.
not just
Right.
you.
So I've just been getting absolutely fisted in Rainbow Six Siege this week. I did have some good moments. I had one moment where I killed 3 guys with a fuse trap, and then I had another. My last match last night that I played with Micah, every single person on our team was down, and I gunned down 3 people. So
Nice.
that was pretty. That was pretty cool.
But did you win though?
No, I did not. I was close.
What's the story?
I stayed alive and I killed 3 people. I'm about to kill you right now.
You're just like, fuck you, it's bad.
No.
Doesn't matter. Heard the story.
I'm trying to think about what else I played this week. Oh yeah, I beat Tomb Raider for the second time.
The newest Tomb Raider?
No,
Okay.
Just the original
the
Tomb Raider.
definitive edition. You were
Yeah,
doing that.
Nice.
definitive edition. I got it on Black Friday for $6. Comes with all of the DLC.
Good looking game, man.
Oh man, and in 60 frames, it's like the graphical enhancements that they did to it are astounding.
Snow builds up on your
Oh,
fucking-
man.
I love it.
Dude,
Smaller.
it was so great on my second playthrough, and I completed 90% of it.
Nice.
There was some of the challenges, I was just like, I'm not going to do that, because it's go find the statue or go find this or go find that. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't have time for this other 10% of the game. So I'm just calling it good at 90. I'm trying to think about what else I've played this week.
Killer Instinct.
I did play a shit ton of Killer Instinct. So Killer.
Yeah, why don't you tell them about how you mistakenly threw me into the hardest difficulty?
Oh yeah. So Worth again is making a pimp decision and deciding to pick up Killer Instinct. And so since I'm also playing it as well, and I have more experience in fighting games than he does, so I'm trying to kind of show him the ropes a little bit. And so I'm teaching him stuff. I'm going over all this stuff with him. I'm like, here, I'm going to give you the controller. I'm going to let you try it. I'm going to coach you. And so we go to 1 player versus CPU. and I was just like, oh man, it's probably medium difficulty. I didn't bump it up very high. You'll be fine. And like Worth is playing it is just getting like ran over. Like it's basically like Helen Keller trying to fight Conor McGregor. It's really, really bad. Like, I mean, I don't even think Nate landed a single hit.
I didn't.
And the Fulgore was like landing like mix-ups on him and like all this other crazy stuff. And like we go in and we look at the difficulty. I'm like, what is this? I look at the difficulty. It's on killer difficulty.
Yeah, the AI is insane in that.
I was
the hardest difficulty. The AI actually learns.
Well,
the entire time.
and I noticed what a lot of developers are doing now is they're taking fighting game tournament players and they're recording them while they're playing, and then they're actually setting that up as a computer, like as a difficulty, which is a lot better than just having a computer anticipate your blocks and stuff, because that shit just gets boring after a while. You're not going to get any real experience doing, getting better playing that. So,
but I was just like, what the shit is even happening?
Oh, it was so bad.
That sucks.
Game.
Yeah,
Did your butthole feel better?
I mean, it's a little sore.
It was bad.
Anything else, Josh?
I think that's it.
Okay.
So.
Logan.
So I kind of bounced around a little bit this week. I couldn't really pick a thing I wanted to do, so I kind of just decided to start finding some single player games and trying to just knock out as many of those as I can.
Okay.
So it kind of started with I sat down and in one setting I played all of Inside. It's like the it's very similar to Limbo, same developers, pretty similar vibe. Inside?
Yeah, I didn't know it was
yeah, it's been out for a while.
It won fucking a lot of awards.
It got Game of the Year, or not Game of the Year.
No, it got Indie Game of the Year.
Indie Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It was very good. Great. It was
super well done.
I was too mad about Overwatch winning Game of the Year.
It's
weird ending, but
yeah, the ending was super fucked up, but still really cool. We obviously don't want to say it here, but Pat told me actually kind of like one theory online. I was like, that is fucking legit. Actually,
it's what people have been talking about. Yeah,
I still wish that the game would have given me more in terms of story. I don't care as much for open-ended stuff, as open as it was. I like to learn things as I go. It makes it more intriguing for me.
Looking at you, Metal Gear 5.
Now you know how Kingdom Hearts fans feel.
I don't know. Actually, I never played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, well, if you're looking for an open-ended ending, where it's really ambiguous and it leaves you with more questions than answers, then...
I love how MGS5 was the game that was supposed to like wrap up all the loose ends, but all it did was create more questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what the fuck?
That's the opposite.
I'm gonna take that back because I pre-ordered it. I'm looking at you, No Man's Sky.
Sad.
I
also beat Unraveled. I was probably about 60% of the way, and I just kind of like one or two settings, sat down and finished that. It's awesome puzzle game. It's funny, they're both side-scrolling puzzle games, incredibly different games though. One is like super morbidly depressing, the other one's like upbeat and happy and beautiful looking.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Did Unraveled get like some awards this year too?
I wouldn't. Did that come out?
It
2015 or 16?
I think it got nominated.
It needs awards,
but I don't think it's a great game.
I'm still playing it. I think I'm on like the third or fourth level, but everything that I played from Unraveled so far, I'm immensely enjoying.
I was telling Logan, the guy who made it, his first time at E3 when he did the reveal trailer, you could tell it's his first game ever. All that stuff. He actually had a small yarn doll of the character that he used as inspiration. Like he took a bunch of pictures of the yarn doll, near a river or in the forest and stuff all the way through. But while he was talking about this all the time, I don't know why they zoomed in, but it kind of gave you a little bit of feels. His hands were shaking he was so nervous on stage because it was his first time doing it.
Wow.
And he revealed it and everyone loved it, but you could just tell how nervous he was the entire... If you go back and look at the footage, it's
Some
crazy.
people aren't into public speaking.
Well, I know that, but I mean, it just gave you a sense no, dude, you're doing a good job, all the way through. And you could just tell, I would be the same way. Fucking talking in front of millions of people online and everything, I would be super scared.
Well, it's a really emotionally impactful game. Yeah. Like, just from what I played from it so far, it's very gripping. So,
because I think you just call him Yarny. As you're playing little character, sometimes
Yarny.
If you're in somewhere cold or you're wet, he just like is hunched over, looking sad. It's just like, I want to get you somewhere safe. Let's go. Let's finish this mission.
He has a lot of personality,
right?
For someone who doesn't talk. Again, that's
exactly
the best way to throw emotion into a game all the way through, or to connect with the character.
I think I played maybe a tiny bit of Division, just like a little, maybe like one day last week. We did some missions. And Worth was saying he played Battlefield 3. I got Bad Company 2 downloaded backwards compatibility.
We need to hop back on that.
Yeah, me and Sean and Jared played a little bit of it, and we played some Vietnam, which was fucking awesome. I miss it so much. only problem, which is this is fair because it's been 7 years since this came out, is that the player base isn't quite there anymore. It like every match was missing about 4 to 5 people.
Yeah, well, it's also like you said, it's a 9-year-old
So,
game almost.
I'm hoping with the backwards compatibility, it's going to have a more regular,
Was that the game? Was that the game that started up is down and down is banana?
Yeah, we have that's an ongoing reference with
Yeah.
us, and that was Sean. You can credit him for that.
Yeah, and then there was what was the other one that he started saying, "This is why we can't have nice things."
Yeah, Jared, he wanted to get in the helicopter for his first time ever trying to fly,
Okay.
and Sean was in there. I think, and so Jared's like, "Let me fly." So Sean like switched seats. Jared got in, took the helicopter up a little bit, and immediately did like a 180 in the air and just crashed out. The first thing he did, he goes up and then tipped over and dies. And then we just sat there in silence, and Sean's like, "Jared, this is why we can't have nice things." It was amazing.
Nice.
So I played the Halo Wars. Oops, what you got?
Oh, good. Keep going.
I played the Halo Wars 2 Blitz beta, which is pretty cool. So Blitz is kind of like a mode where it's like the RTS feel, but you get energy at a constant rate, whatever your resource is. I think it's energy. And as you get the energy, you get these cards you get to play. And the cards cost a value of energy. So instead of having to build these bases, build these resources, you just get things over time. So it's like resource management, and then you have to manage the field.
So is it kind of tower defense-y also?
No.
No?
Not that. It is RTS all the way through.
Yeah.
But it just is at a faster pace. So it's like, you want to play an RTS game versus in 5 minutes instead of 2 hours? It's just, you can knock them out quicker.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Have you ever played StarCraft or...
I've never played StarCraft.
No, okay.
I played Red Alert a long time ago.
Did you play Command and Conquer?
Yeah, that is Command and Conquer. Red Alert?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yuri's Revenge.
Yuri's
Red Alert
Revenge.
2. Those are the two that I
What's
played.
the one that has a Jenny McCarthy on the cover of it? That's Red Alert 3. Red Alert 3, right?
I think it was Red Alert 2.
Was it Red Alert 2? I don't remember.
I'm
Yeah.
sure she's in that.
Yeah.
Not important. I'm not Googling
I will.
that.
Two things.
I'll do it just to look at Jenny McCarthy.
Just for fun, and I'm being serious about this, I just found it on Reddit. Guerrilla Games, the guys who are making Horizon Zero Dawn, they just announced a couple days ago there will be no microtransactions for Horizon Zero Dawn.
Interesting. Those are always a bad thing. It depends how you implement them.
It's going to be a huge, open world game. So people are like, oh, you can just get, easy resources and stuff, but just by paying for it.
I'm glad they're not doing it. I'm glad they're not doing it that way.
The first comment is a lot of dev teams should learn from what you've done all the way through.
And I was right, yeah, Jenny McCarthy.
And then the other thing to ask is, because we completely forgot of it, Logan, what's your favorite N64?
Oh, we didn't do any of it. All of us
memory?
skipped it.
Yeah, we all skipped it.
We can go back around here in a minute.
We'll do it in a sec.
So there's a few other things I played.
Sorry.
I did. No, I'll get to my 64
Sure.
at the end. I mean, quit looking at naked girls. Yeah,
She's not
come
naked.
Come on, I know.
She is nipping hardcore. But
So
she's not
I
naked.
played like about half of one mission of Marvel Ultimate Alliance. I played some Doom multiplayer, a little bit of Recore, a little bit of Siege. Huh? I just want to say I could not pick what I wanted to do. I started playing Kingdoms of Amalur again. I'm gonna try to beat them. I'm gonna finally try to get through that, like the 200-hour game.
It's a good game that didn't get as much oomph as it should have.
Yeah. We've talked about the studio that fell apart before that, whatever.
Yeah,
the state of Rhode Island still owns the rights, I believe, but I'm hoping that someday somebody wants to buy it.
Yeah.
I want another one of these. So,
it.
right? Fuck it. We have millions of dollars laying around.
Sure.
Yes, I played a little bit of Rocket League.
There's a way.
I'm getting better at Rocket League again. Like my ability just went
you
away
just
for a
needed
while,
you just needed
and
the
now
break.
I'm back. I must have because I'm doing like some more like flying goals and
You guys had a temporary separation?
good shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You guys took time to find yourself?
Yeah. At least it wasn't a rage uninstall.
Yep, that's happened, hasn't it, Josh?
Did you ever reinstall the game?
Yeah, I still play it like off and on, but usually I only play it for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm just sick of its bullshit.
You're like,
I
this is
usually
big.
just move on.
I remember why I got rid of you in the first place.
I still keep it on there just in case I get an itch for it, but I mean,
That's fair.
yeah, I'm not playing Rocket League as much infrequently anymore. I played it till I hated it, and like I have all these other games I want to play. So
who wants to start with the N64 story?
I also played ESO.
Oh, okay.
I played a bunch of that today and some last night. So I didn't own a... God, I can't stop coughing. I didn't own a Nintendo 64 ever. I played a lot of it at other people's houses and all that stuff.
Yeah, I traded. Me and my cousin
That's right,
traded
yeah,
back
yeah.
to back all the time.
So, was it Pokemon Snap on the 64?
Yes!
Okay. We've talked about it before, but me and Disco beat that game in like half an hour
It's a
flat.
great game.
I've never
it's a quick
did a
play.
speed run. We beat it quickly though. I mean, we were like trying to speed run it more or less.
Right.
I mean, unless you're trying to do it that speed, I don't. It's not that fast.
Oh, Pokemon.
Get on that
Would be-
AGDQ, yo.
Do we? Maybe we should because I want to get a 64 now and have me and Nate sit down again and see if we can beat it.
I think
like
the
we did before.
world record is like somewhere between like 20 to 21 minutes.
I'm not exaggerating. We like half an hour.
That's what I'm saying.
We
like,
crushed it. It was awesome.
It's a long time in speed running like minutes, but man, if you
Right.
practice enough,
Yeah.
Don't you have to have a representative observing your game in order for it to be counted as a world record?
If it's Guinness official,
If it's
if
Guinness,
we're
you
talking
have,
about-
you would have to have a proctor.
You have to like invite
Yeah.
somebody there, and they have to witness this thing. You can't just be like, "Oh yeah, I did that the other day." With record, I don't even know if you could just use recording software and be like, "Look at what I did." I think they have to be there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah.
Well, if you can do it, if you've beaten it before, you can do it again. So if
I
you
want-
can beat the world record,
Yeah.
then
All right,
that'd be
Disco.
fun.
You can't hear me. And you'll never listen to this. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Just
And-
text him right now.
Yeah.
Like
I also just have to say that GoldenEye was a terrible game.
Oh,
Your memories are wrong. Your memories are wrong. It
you're
was a piece of
triggering
shit.
me. You're a piece
Yep.
of
It was
shit.
and
terrible.
if you played Odd Job, you're a piece of shit.
The whole game is just
looking-
garbage.
No, it wasn't. That
Yeah,
game
It
was awesome.
revolutionized multiplayer gaming.
Because we were all too stupid to know the
Oh,
difference.
I know that.
Looking back, the controls were dog shit.
Even
but it
I-
still was a fun game to
It's
play.
exactly yes. The controls are dog shit because it's an old game.
But it's a fun game to play.
Yeah, we're saying it's
Oh.
a bad game, but it's a good game.
I'm
at
not
the
saying
same
you
time.
can't have fun playing it, but it is a dumpster fire of a game. So I remember playing my friends back in the day were playing. I mean, Jordan and Louie were like they were playing it. Like, this is so fun. And even then, I was like, this is terrible. Even as a kid, I knew it was the worst.
It's like Katamari Damacy. We love it.
Those controls are also
It's like,
garbage.
man,
Yeah.
those
Suck too.
controls are fine.
No,
No.
like the roll is a little
You're
weird. the
retarded!
first time you do it.
Well, to me, that's kind of like the Mako, where I don't mind the controls,
that's
but
fair.
they are also not as good as they could be.
I'm like
That's
Mako,
absolutely- yeah.
I'm like like a quasi Mako retarded, but like Katamari Damacy is totally fine with me. So
I mean, it's fine, but there
Yeah.
could have been a better way to do it. is all.
Quasi Mako coming soon.
but then it
coming
makes
soon
sense to
from
me. The
Disney.
two joysticks and the two hands.
But why
like
not,
I mean,
why not
then-
make it like a first-person shooter where one joystick moves and one joystick looks?
because they're Japanese.
That doesn't matter.
Yes, it's
So the Japanese are inferior.
They're
Josh is
Japanese.
saying it right now.
no. Shut
Josh
up.
just said, okay,
No,
Pat, what's
because
your-
it's an odd reason. It's an odd reason, but we just don't question their majesty.
All right.
Yeah.
in game
What about you, Pat?
development.
What's your 64?
My favorite 64 memory in general, and this is just me being the age I was in middle school and enjoying the fuck out of it, and also being a big fan of the series. Ocarina of Time, amazing. N64 for Super Mario 64, amazing. Banjo-Kazooie, amazing.
I love Super Mario 64.
Favorite N64 memory of all time, not totally gonna lie, Shadows of the Empire on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Dude,
Doing the first
that was pretty
mission
good.
to where you could actually do like trip the ATS or ATATs,
Yeah.
and then when you get to that meteorite level where you're going to the asteroid field,
And you have
and
that weird. It's like a Millennium Falcon cut in half.
kind of.
Yeah.
But what got me there was, and this was when little Patrick was still like starting to really fall in love with music all the way through. John Williams soundtrack, obviously amazing,
Yeah.
and I could try to hum it. You guys probably wouldn't know. I can show you afterwards.
I would
but
know it.
It's actually the asteroid field theme in
Mhm.
the original soundtrack from Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
It's like ba, 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 ba,
Ba,
ba,
ba,
ba,
ba, ba, ba, da, 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 da.
All right,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
that music is just blaring in the background while I'm playing this, and dude, I had goosebumps. I have goosebumps right now just thinking about it. Like, as a kid though,
Pat's
I was
fully
just
erect.
I was like super crazy into that game when I first played it for the first time.
Nice.
And that was one of the few games I got my dad to play with me too. I'm like, there's multiple save files. Let's see if you can get farther, all that stuff. And I kind of showed him, how to.
He's like, okay.
Because the N64 controller, even at that time, I was still like, there's a bottom Z button and there's
Yeah.
C buttons. And this
You had
is
to
all
use the
weird,
C buttons to strafe in that game too.
Yeah, it was really weird.
just like you had to do with GoldenEye, but it was third person instead of a first person.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you something real quick. It's funny you bring that up. Do you remember what the ultimate unlock cheat code was for that game?
I don't know.
Okay, so I used to get a magazine every month for cheat codes back when cheat codes were a thing. So in order to get the best cheat code in the entire game on Shadows of the Empire, you basically break the game and get to like do whatever you want. You have to hold down every single button on the controller, and you have to tilt the joystick slightly to the left, not too far left and not too far in the middle, slightly to the left for 10 seconds, wait for it to beep, and then move it over to the right and move it over to the left again. Well, obviously, you have to hold down every button with all of your hands in order to do that. And you also had to press them in a certain order. You couldn't just press them all down at one time. You actually had to like put them in sequence.
Oh my god.
And so how I moved the joystick was I would take my face and the bottom of my chin and move it over slightly to the left. So basically, like if Stephen Hawking was playing a video game, this is kind of what it looks like when you're trying to unlock everything in it. But once you unlocked it, you could pick the Millennium Falcon in the final battle. You remember that, Pat? Like the final space battle you had? You could be the Millennium Falcon, you could be an X-Wing, a TIE Fighter. On the Hoth level, you could pick like a Stormtrooper. Like there was so much stuff you could do, but it was definitely the hardest. Yeah. It was the craziest cheat code sequence I've ever had to experience in a game. So you brought that up, so I just wanted to bring that up.
Shell's Vampire just super geeked out. It's pretty much like I had Ocarina of Time, like I said, amazing. Mario, Banjo-Kazooie, fantastic games, but for some reason Shell's Vampire is like my one memory. I'm like, oh my god, I remember doing this. That was
that game was fun. I was more partial to Rogue Squadron, but that was a good game too. Yeah. For me, I have a couple memories here. First off, my parents got me an N64 what year was it, like 97? It was right after GoldenEye came out.
It was 99, I think. I thought it was 99. But
96 is when it was first released.
Oh,
the N64.
That makes sense.
So they got me a N64 for Christmas with GoldenEye. So I started playing a few games or a few missions. Actually, it was on the first mission. I couldn't figure out how to get by this one part, and I eventually ended up dying. And my dad's like, "Let me give it a try." So he starts playing it, and like it was me, my dad, and my mom all sitting in the room like watching this game, and then one of my dad's buddies was over or something like that, and he's figured out how to use a sniper rifle in the game. And like my dad was like an instant natural at this game. Like I don't even know like what he did to. Like, he's never really played a first-person shooter before, but he was, like, instantly good.
Which is that good, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. But there was one time, like, depending on where you shot the characters in the game, like, their bodies would do different animations. But he shot this one guy and hit him in the dick, first shot, and he watches the guy, like, just, like, cupping his balls and just, like, writhing in pain on the ground.
I remember that.
Oh, my God.
My dad, we all just started busting out laughing because this guy's just like writhing in pain and slowly dying on the ground because he just got dick shot.
Good old Rare with their over-the-top violence. It's so funny. Because like all the other enemies, when you would kill them, they would die instantly.
Yeah.
But for those enemies that you shot in the dick, like they would cup and they would fall to the ground and just start like rocking back and forth in the fetal position for like a good 30 seconds before they finally
like, disappeared and faded away.
Yeah, so funny.
So there was that, and then my dad also was a big. He bought me Turok, the first Turok game.
Dude, Turok was fucking
amazing. I love Turok, and at first he was like I'm gonna watch this game just to make sure it's not too bad for you because like it's M-rated game. So he's like cheering me on like as I'm like shooting dinosaurs with a shotgun and like blowing people up with grenades and stuff. And he's like go get that guy, go get him. And then he's playing it. He's playing it on his own too, and it's still like one of his favorite games. And but he doesn't really play video games anymore. But there was a time where my dad was a pretty big gamer.
That's good parenting.
Yeah. And then but my favorite game that I played on N64 was probably the first South Park game. You remember the South Park game?
Of course I do. I owned it. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved every bit of it.
My parents were too cheap to get me a like a little save file, like a memory card.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like leave my N64 on overnight if I like wanted to go to bed. And wait, what?
N64. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Most games didn't require that, but there were a couple that did, and I remember
the South Park
that
game
now.
was one of them.
Okay.
So my parents were too cheap to buy me a memory card because like that was kind of a new thing back then. And so if I wanted to save my progress, I had to leave my console on overnight while I went to school, and then I came back, like I got off from school the next day, and then I would pick back up where I left off. But like my console would get so hot.
Yeah, don't do that.
Well, I mean it still worked, like, so I don't know what happened, but I remember the master code for that game, Josh.
Oh yeah, was it as complicated as Shadows of the Empire?
No, but it was Bobby Bird. That was the master code.
Yeah, that was it. That
Which-
was
which
it, dude.
unlocked-
Holy crap!
Which unlocked all the cheats, all like the extras.
So many
everything.
nostalgia boners right now.
Yeah.
Thanks for that.
I loved that game. That was like a lot of people talk shit on that game because like it was South Park,
Oh,
but
whatever, it was fun as
but it was
fuck,
fun.
dude.
Like you were throwing like Terrence and Phillip fart bombs at retarded.
Oh yeah, those
clones
are
and
grenades.
turkeys
They
and
were
stuff.
so great.
Yeah.
And then like you had the like the plunger gun.
The plunger gun.
You could pee on your snowballs and throw them at people. Like it was madness, dude.
There
That
was
game was
that-
awesome.
There was that like Gatling Nerf gun. Yeah, so
Mhm.
that was. But yeah, that's my N64 moments. Josh, what you got? What's yours?
I'd say, preluding to this, I used my parents got me a Nintendo 64 with Mario Kart 64 as my first game for that console. My Nintendo 64 library eventually ended up being well over 25 games.
Yeah.
Which of course back then was really, really hard to do, considering that you would have to pay like full price for all of these. And you know, my parents eventually cut me off and well, they gave me an allowance, but they wouldn't like just buy everything, like all the games for me anymore.
Yeah.
So I remember like going to like Hastings, like way back in the day, like Hastings Entertainment.
But that was still a thing.
Yeah, when Hastings was still a thing. I think it still is a thing in Fremont. But...
Nope.
Oh, it's not.
It's gone.
It's
It's Fremont.
It's gone.
All right. Well, so, and I paid $80 for a Diddy Kong Racing cartridge. $80. So, but it wasn't uncommon to pay for that back then. So, but I mean, obviously Zelda Ocarina of Time is by far one of my most fondest video game, if not childhood memories. I had to beg my mom for weeks to get it for me because Christmas was coming up.
Mhm.
And, you know, she was kind of looking at it and I was telling her about it and she was like, Josh, he has a sword. And I looked at
He
my
has a
mom and I
sword.
was like, what? Like, I mean, like I was just like, I literally couldn't like fathom like why my mom
He
was
has
hesitant.
He has
buy
a
me
sword.
Yeah, exactly. So like I had to convince her, like it was like an argumentative essay or like a political debate. I had to convince my mother on why she should buy this game for me.
I used to have to do that to my parents with parental advisory CDs.
Mhm. So, but I was like, Mom, this is an ESRB sticker. It means E for everyone. It means ages 10 and up. So
Yeah.
that's eventually what got me the game though. When I got that for Christmas, I was like almost in tears, like
Okay.
hysterics.
Like, all right, Mom, I gotta go. See
Because
ya.
I wanted that game so bad, and I played and beat Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on 4 different occasions when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So Zelda: Ocarina of Time all the way. There's no better memory for me on Nintendo 64 than that game. So
Yeah. That's fun.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
And 64 was a cool. I did like
It's
how
a
they
great
had all those
console,
crazy
man.
colors of the consoles. There were like
Oh, I remember
18
that.
different colors of
Oh,
that
yeah,
fucking
it was
console.
madness.
So
And that was one of the first consoles that came out with the expanded graphics chip too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
what was it? Expansion pack.
Yeah, expansion pack. So Rogue Squadron utilized it. Donkey Kong 64, Majora's Mask utilized it as well. Conker's Bad Fur Day also did. Which, oh my god, Conker's Bad Fur Day was fucking hilarious.
It was amazing.
So, but other than that, Nintendo 64.
Tits on a flower.
Yeah, Nintendo 64 was a great console. So,
Yeah.
hope you guys
All
also
right.
enjoyed your Nintendo 64. If you have a favorite Nintendo 64 memory, leave it in the comments below.
Yes.
so I'm totally gonna give out the first new segment because I want to talk about it the most.
Do it.
Square Enix
I knew it.
and Marvel partnership coming up.
Knew it.
Avengers games.
Oh.
So excited.
Yay.
Okay, so is it just like, are these standalone games, or is it going to be like an actual Avengers game?
There's like no information. It's basically all speculation now.
Yeah.
The only thing we know is they have a partnership. Then there
Marvel.
are Marvel, Square Enix, and the developers are Eidos.
Eidos.
You good?
Eidos Montreal and Crystal Dynamics.
So the makers of Deus Ex and Thief and
Tomb
the
Raider.
new Tomb Raiders.
Tomb Raider,
Yep. So pretty solid studios. Good games.
I just saw my boy in the picture. I saw Steve Rogers. in
shield,
there.
yeah.
I saw the shield, and yeah.
And so they said that they're going to be games that kind of like, or I said like long-lasting games, more or less.
Yeah.
So there's speculation they could be working on some kind of MMO. Because if there's going to be like an ever-changing thing, I don't remember the exact
I wonder
words.
how that would work though. An Avengers MMO.
Maybe like a big, like Uncharted, big adventure game.
When you got something like the people who made Tomb Raider, that it could very easily be kind of a third-person action game.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I mean, the what do you call it? like Deus Ex and Thief, like stealth focused games. So who knows what these studios are going to come up with?
It'd be like Hawkeye,
So-
it'd be Scarlet.
Right?
not
Could be
Scarlet
some
Witch,
kind of
Black
like
Widow,
maybe like a
it'd
Shield
be-
game. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agents of Shield. So
I mean, if it's a multi-game deal, I honestly think that it would probably go the way of like the way the Spider-Man standalone game is. I mean, to me, I think that would be a lot more successful than them trying to do an MMO. Just because if you're going to provide like a narrative storytelling experience like what Marvel Studios is known for, I think that's a much better avenue for them to go down. But I mean, then again, it's all speculation. We don't really know. I would think that considering all of these studios have had experience with single player narratives and stories and games like that before, that's the trend that it would follow and should follow. But I mean, who's to say?
yeah, I don't know if they're going to be. I don't know if they said. I can't remember if they're going to be individual games per studio or the studios collaborating.
I'm sure they'll probably
I don't know.
collaborate on all of them to an extent, just because it's a multi-game project.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is I mean, it could be multi games like all sequels. It could be multiple games like they released 2 or 3 separate games.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is going to entail.
that would be interesting. But
I don't know who they pick, but I'm just imagining like Arkham series Marvel games at the same. You know what I'm talking about?
oh my
You know what I'm talking
god,
about? Yeah.
dude! And imagine if you could do that shit co-op with your friends. Oh
Pretty sweet, right?
my god! Oh
Josh,
my
go
god!
explore this part of the
oh
city.
my
I'm gonna
God.
take on this side.
Yeah, no shit. Not only that, could you coordinate like different attacks and stuff that you would be able to do around the city?
They did it in Arkham Knight, you know,
Yeah.
where you could jump in between like
Mhm.
characters and shit all the time.
Dude, remember like at the end of the first Avengers movie, like when like all of them are like basically like the camera is panning around in that all in one shot and they're
That was
all
amazing.
doing like all this crazy shit and then Iron Man flies down and then him and Cap do like the shield attack together and then Iron Man fly. Oh my god, that
So
would be so fucking cool,
So you
dude.
could control that.
Holy shit, that would
You
be
can live it.
amazing.
And I believe that the story is going to be like they're going to have Marvel people help write it, but I think they're like original stories. I don't think they exist in any current universe, like
That's
the comic
fine.
universe or
That's
the
fine.
movie universe. Yeah,
That's fine.
I think it lends itself to more creativity, more opportunity that way.
Well, and also gives them more of a chance to fit more in the medium. You know, when you tell narratives and when you tell stories, when you're telling them through a movie, it's different. When you're telling it through a short film or through a video game or like a novel, you know, it's all the layout is it's all different. So, I really am excited to see this. I wonder if Square Enix doing any developing on the project, or is this just say
Or they just
publish?
produce, or they're just
Might just be
publishers.
publishing
Yeah.
it.
Well, IDOS is a Square Enix developer. So
Yes.
They used to be standalone, but then Square Enix bought them.
Well, Square Enix develops Final Fantasy 15 and Kingdom Hearts, though.
Yeah.
Those are all developed strictly by Square Enix. So I was wondering if Square Enix was going to have a hand in the development, or if it was just going to be publishing.
I think they're only publishing. I would guess.
I wouldn't
'cause-
doubt it. I mean, that's fine. I was just curious because they did that for Tomb Raider. They did it for Deus Ex as well. So
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. That they called it the studios to say these are the people making. You know, with
Mhm.
Square obviously is going to be the
right.
flagship
The name of
who
the
you
top,
say
yeah.
you partner with.
It
yeah.
makes sense considering that Square is trying to gear up and like rework on their Final Fantasy series and stuff like that. So I mean, it would make sense for them to do that.
Kind of trying to
but-
rebrand themselves a bit.
Well, just Final Fantasy is doing so amazing right now. I think recently I checked and it was they sold over 6 million copies so far, which is really good. So I imagine they're going to want it to keep their focus on that and just keep the publishing side on these other developers. So
I want a
or
first
developing
person.
side.
I want a first person Captain America game.
Yes.
We just walk around just beating the shit out of everybody, throwing your shield and all that.
Mhm.
Let's do it.
Steve
That's what
Rogers
I
is my
want.
boy. You
Yep.
guys know that.
I want a Daredevil game. I think that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool actually.
That
Have
would
to
be
use
cool.
like totally off topic. There's this other kind of new horror game coming out where you basically have
Prey?
like Daredevil sense. Was it? No, not Prey. No, it's not Prey.
Oh.
It's something totally different where you're blind, but you see basically like a sonar pulse kind of thing.
Echolocation.
It's like a horror game. I gotta look this up. Sorry, totally off topic, but
Well,
it
no,
looks
I know what you're talking
fucking
about.
cool.
Where you kind of, it seems like you're playing the bad guy, but maybe
No.
you're like an experimental.
No, I think you're like a teenager or something. I can look this up. You guys, whatever
It might
that.
be Prey.
You're talking
I
about-
saw a
It's not
trailer
Prey.
for
I
it.
know it's not Prey. No, because Prey looks fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. So
I want a Marvel game where I can use Loki as a weapon, as the Incredible Hulk, and just smack
King
him into
God.
other enemies. If I can have that, that would be great. So
That'd be amazing.
it'd be awesome if they had like a tech demo where like
It's
basically
called the God Club.
yeah, pretty much. Oh, can you imagine the multiplayer possibilities with this? Sounds amazing.
As a Hulk, you can just grab
Right.
a character and use them as a weapon like, for a little while.
And the entire time
You
he's
get like 10
he's
seconds, you can use them as a weapon.
Oh,
he's
that'd be
screaming like
amazing.
that sun that like
Yeah.
like you know talking.
Oh yeah.
The game I was talking about is called Perception.
Oh, okay.
Never
Yeah.
heard of that
Yeah,
one.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It looks fucking
I've
cool.
seen
So.
that. Did you have anything else?
Nope. Next
About
news
that?
topic.
Final Fantasy.
Oh.
Since we've been playing it, since you were talking about it.
Yeah, man. Fucking the content, the update, just in general,
For
very
a free
impressive.
holiday pack, yeah.
Well, I bought the season pass, so I got a little bit more content than just the ticket to the festival. Still great though. Like they just threw in like some extra in-game items and like a some outfit. They just kind of sweeten the deal a little bit more to where it's worth it for you to buy the season pass. But I think that it's so awesome that they gave that out for free to let other people enjoy that.
I played the crap out of it.
Oh, dude, I did too. Like, I mean, I played it for a good 4 to 6 hours last night. I didn't do every side quest. I did some of it. Just the ones that really appealed to me. I think I earned about 150 Moogle Chocobo credits in total. So I bought the decal and like I bought like
I
a
love
couple.
the camera function too.
Oh,
like,
yeah, dude.
Because Prompto, nobody's there. You're just playing as Noctis the entire time.
And Carbuncle's with you.
Carbuncle's with you.
Carbuncle's with you the whole time. That's so awesome. When you're watching
Creepy
the...
Uncle Carbuncle.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Oh my... Oh, when you guys are watching fireworks together, you get so excited. It's freaking adorable, man. It's so great.
It's adorable.
It's so freaking adorable. It's basically like Disney World for Final Fantasy in a sense, because there's just Moogles and Chocobos everywhere, and it's held in Altissia. So if you're familiar with Final Fantasy 15 at all, you have to unlock the Altissia area to get it. Once you've unlocked it, then you'll have access to it. You pick one save file, and all of the items that you earn from the Chocobo Moogle Festival get transferred over to that one save file. There's fishing contest. There's minigun contest. I mean, it's basically
Chocobo races.
Yeah, Chocobo races.
It's not your traditional Chocobo. I liked how like you had to jump over stuff and like you had to actually like. I wouldn't say memorize, but your first time through, you'll pass it, but you're like, oh, I can do so much better than that.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
They're challenging, and they'll actually, like, even for the Chocobo races, and this is kind of what I was reading about earlier, is if you get below a certain time, you'll get extra prizes on top of that. You'll just get in-game items, like not credits to go buy them, but you get a special, like, medal for your Chocobo if you go in under a certain time. So there's
different colors. I heard there's a different color too that you can get.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that yet. I did get the Dream Egg.
Nice.
I don't know what it is, because you have to. I'm guessing you have to take that to Wiz's Chocobo thing and like let it incubate. But it looks like it's going to be a new Chocobo for you, which would be incredible. So.
Sworth, how you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. I have a new topic to talk about.
All right, you're next.
The one only other thing
Keep
I want
going,
to talk
you're fine.
about was besides another update came up on I'm looking at it right now. God damn it. What's it on? Oh, it's on PSU.com. It was on the 24th, so not too long ago. One of the other additions to the Big Patch that they're talking about is, and something me and you will enjoy very good. I even looked up the correct way to say it on the internet because I always fuck up the way to say it. The bestiary, or the bestiary.
Yeah, bestiary.
Bestiary, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, they're adding that to the patch as well. So you'll be able to see once you've killed the monster what items it'll drop, what its HP is. So instead of having to use the Libra system all the time,
good.
You'll just have like an encyclopedia of everything that you've killed, and that way you don't have to like farm traditionally all the time. You just be like, okay, I know where to go. I know what I gotta go for. All that stuff. I was kind of weirded out. Like I don't need 3D models to like show and zoom in on, but I don't need that. I just like if I've killed something, I want to know the next time I go into battle. It's like, no, I know pretty much everything about this monster.
Right. Well, I like the way that Kingdom Hearts did it. It was added to your journal, and it would just provide like a little 2D model, interactive 2D model, and like it would just give you like a couple of pages about it, tell you what kind of item it drops, where you can find it. Like that's good enough.
That's all I need.
Yeah, that's literally all.
Especially if you're farming for the fucking ultimate weapon still.
Yeah.
Even though I know how to do it.
I got it, by the way.
Me and Logan know some of these words.
I'll give you some tips on that later, Pat.
Just a few.
But to sum it up,
if you're a fan, there's nostalgia factors, which I really love. If you're a fan of the series, there's nostalgia factors if you just played Final Fantasy 15. Because like chocobos are a big part of the game. It's like instead of running, once you were able to use chocobos, it's significantly better.
Oh yeah.
And you fall in love with it. The chocobo levels up as you use it more and more, and it makes you want to pay for 7 days all the time and all that shit. But then when it came down to the actual holiday pack, I'm like, oh, I love that, I love that, I love that. Finding all the, got to find all the baby chocobos, got to take all your pictures, all this fun stuff. But then there was combat action, there was race shenanigans, and then there was stuff that was viable to bring over to the main part of the game.
Absolutely.
Which was awesome.
To me, that's the most important part. And the fact that they did that and they gave you incentive to go to the event and bring that stuff back over. And the fact that like all of the games and the puzzles or that you had in the carnival were so well thought out. It wasn't just something that they just slapped on there and they were like, oh, look at this free content. It was like, okay, we know that you're going to really like this and we're going to work hard on this for you. Yeah. So it's a small little DLC chunk, but it was very, very entertaining and fun to play. And it's also a limited engagement, by the way. This is a limited single player in-game event. So I don't know when it's supposed to end. I don't think they've discussed that yet. Have you heard anything about it?
And not really. I don't
think I've heard anything
for a month, but I feel like they might throw it out a little bit longer.
That'd be cool if they did, but if
I'll
not,
look it up.
Well, anyway, if you're Final Fantasy 15 fans, definitely get it right now. You can get it for free. So,
are you guys done jerking off?
I guess.
Never.
Never.
Let go of my dick.
You guys should have your own. No, not being a dick or anything. You should do your own Final Fantasy podcast. Oh, you probably could do an entire. You guys actually should.
Just do the Sony podcast.
We could do an hour and a half on like 9. We could do an hour and a half on 8. We could do 7. Like
yeah, man. And especially for 15, why don't you and I do that? Like whenever like we've both gotten our fill.
Here we are having a brainstorming session.
We're talking business
in the
here.
middle of the podcast.
No, that's actually a really good idea, though. Hey, and if any of you in the audience listening want to hear a specific Square Enix or like RPG series that you want me and Pat to do a podcast over, like or a video over, just let us know in the comments.
We played a lot of them, so
we have played a fuck ton of them. So
okay.
What you got, Worth?
Is it my turn to talk?
News topics.
You long-winded fucks. Anyway, so. I don't know if you guys have been following this game a whole lot. I mean, I've been following relatively closely just because it's almost release date for it. But the Ghost Recon Wildlands closed beta starts on February 3rd, and you can sign up for it right now. But Ubisoft did say that they are going to be having another open beta prior to the release of the game, and the game itself comes out March 7th. They already have done some kind of like pre-alpha stuff, like for industry tests and like that kind of stuff. They said that there were a couple issues. They weren't necessarily game-breaking, but like it's definitely something that could be relatively easy to fix in the time being before the game actually releases. And this game, it looks cool to me because they combine elements of a bunch of different Ubisoft titles. Like it's open world like Far Cry, and there's different. What am I trying to say? There's different. Did you guys play Far Cry 4 at all? Or
not 4. I beat 3 and
3.
I'm playing Primal.
Far Cry 4 had like these radio towers that you had to capture, which helped you gain territory or real estate for the rebellion that you were fighting for.
Was that not in 3? You climb towers to open up the map at least.
Maybe yeah. I think 3 did.
Might have been both. Too. I don't know.
But yeah, so there's that kind of mechanic in this game, and it's open world, so you get to like hop in cars and stuff, and it's 4-player fire team, so third person. There's division right there, and then but there's also you can also if you're busting into a room like that's really close quarters and stuff, if you want to take out a couple enemies really quickly, you can switch into first person view. So there's Rainbow Six Siege right there. What?
Sorry, I'll just jump in real quick. February 20th is when the Chocobo event is done in Final Fantasy 15.
February 20th.
Man, you guys got a while.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We got most of it done, but yeah, February 20th is when it ends.
But the other thing I like about this game that I've been seeing from the videos that I watch is it is super like, what am I trying to say? There's a steep learning curve. Like, and when I mean steep learning curve, I mean like you can die from one round. Like if you're not paying attention and you get shot like from a sniper or something, like your character dies. Like,
this is Ghost Recon you're talking about?
Ghost Recon Wildlands, the new Ghost Recon game.
Damn, that's kind of crazy because the other Ghost Recons were a little more like general shooter where you can take a few bolts and you're fine.
Because like Future Soldier like had a very large map, but it was very linear. This game's completely open world, and it highly encourages you to cooperate well with your fire team and finish objectives and missions like tactically. Like you want to get in and out unnoticed, or like if you want to you can cause distractions to get like enemy factions to fight each other while you go in and actually work on your objective. So they're all distracted, but you're actually there like going to take out your target and stuff. And while you can, it's like this is kind of a Metal Gear Solid element. Like you can go in there guns blazing if you want to, but the game fucking punishes you for it if you do.
That's awesome.
Like it's like you can do this if you want to.
Good.
It's good. But I love realistic like tactical shooters like this. Like it's. I don't know. It just it looks.
Well, what was the one before this?
Advanced Warfighter.
Yeah, I could not get into. I did not like it, so I am hesitant on Wildlands, but I want it to be cool. So I'm hoping it's fun.
It looks like it has a lot more. Wildlands or not Wildlands, but Advanced Warfighter was very linear once again, and it did have that gunsmith mechanic, which is pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
So you can optimize your weapons for different scenarios, but. The multiplayer was decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it, but it wasn't bad.
But this game it's all online like Division, and it's completely open world. So it's adding a lot of new elements that weren't there in previous Ghost Recon games, and I don't know, dude. I'll probably pick it up. It looks fucking awesome.
I'm definitely going to check out the open beta because I know Sean is also excited. He likes the Ghost Recon games.
Yeah, I mean, Future Soldier was really cool, but was Future Soldier or Advanced War? I forgot which one. Advanced Warfighter was like the first person one. No, it wasn't the first person. I'm getting these games confused. Because Advanced Warfighter had a sequel, and then Future Soldier was...
That's the one I was thinking of.
Future Soldier was the one that had the guns.
What are you talking about over there? You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry.
God damn.
Well, I get those games mixed up because like you have Advanced Warfighter and Future Soldier. They kind of take place in the same time period. So
what was there was the ones that came out in like the original 360. Just the 360 when it came out.
Advanced Warfighter.
Yeah, those were awesome.
Yeah.
The newer one is what I didn't like.
Future Soldier.
I love both of those. Yeah, 1 and 2 when back in like 06 or whenever, 05, whenever it came out. Those were awesome.
Future Soldier came out in like 2013, I think.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one.
Or 2012, something like that.
It was around there. I think it was 13.
It was fun. Like the multiplayer was fun. It wasn't amazing, like I said, but the single player was good for a playthrough. But apart from that one like gunsmith mechanic, there wasn't a whole lot of replay value.
So,
but anyway, that's my topic.
Jersh. Do you have any news you would like to discuss?
I do have a couple of
you get to pick one.
Matters of business here, gentlemen. So you guys know that I was really, really stoked about Pray for the Gods, right? So for those of you that don't know about Pray for the Gods, Yes, it is the spiritual successor to Shadow of the Colossus, developed by Team Eco.
Ooh.
It's being developed by 3 people. They formed their own studio called No Matter Studios. It is a Kickstarter project that has smashed the shit out of its absolute goal, like
looks so good,
a couple times over. So they've been pretty quiet about it last few weeks or so, but they had a live stream. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something that I recently watched for their Kickstarter backers. They were showing off a pre-alpha build of the game, just kind of more or less going into like the survival aspects of the game and the types of enemies you would be facing. They even took the players into a dungeon that has not yet been built. So they were showing players like bare bones model things about the game. They also revealed like little cool things like, oh, by the way, this rock that you're seeing right here, this rock formation, this is the same rock formation altered like 500,000 times over the course of the game. It's literally the same rock. So they were people were asking questions about the game development and like what the process was like with 3 people, and so they were explaining like little things like that with the rock trick that kind of helped usher this project along more, rather than like, you know, taking time to develop, you know, 5 or 10 different rocks. You know, they made like one rock and then altered it 500,000 times. You know what I mean?
Being lazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the formations look really good though. I mean, it looks authentic even for a pre-alpha build. So I mean, they're doing a good job, and they all have experience developing games before, which is kind of cool. But this type of project that they're doing is a massive undertaking for 3 people.
Yeah, for 3 people, that's cool. They're finding ways to still be effective while also making a full game. You know,
I mean, it looks like a AAA release. I mean, especially from the trailers and the gameplay that they've shown off so far for it has been really good. Like for their streams and whatnot, it's pretty honest, which I think is kind of cool transparency. But they'll be like, hey, you know, don't judge us on this. We're showing you like the legit pre-alpha build. So it was kind of funny too. Like they would answer questions from people every few minutes or so. So it was kind of neat. As far as their Kickstarter drive goes, I guess like how much money they've earned so far, it's actually like pretty nuts. I've got it in front of me here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so their initial goal was I think $300,000, and they've gone all the way up to $500,000.
Sweet.
So which is
it multi-platform?
Pretty substantial. Yes. They originally didn't think they were going to do it. It's originally being developed for PC.
Yeah,
but
makes sense.
They had such an outcry for fans to put it on console. They said that they gave it a try, and one of the developers got it working on Xbox console like within a few hours.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
So Xbox One, PS4. They're even developing a Mac version too. That was one of the stretch goals.
Hey.
That they had. So the coolest stretch goal that they just hit, which I'm super excited about, is an orchestral score recorded by a live orchestra.
Nice.
So that's going to be pretty cool. And like I said, it's kind of it's really interesting because if you take Tomb Raider and you take the survival aspect of DayZ, I guess would be kind of a good thing to throw in there, because you have to scavenge for supplies to make arrows, and you have to eat rabbits and deer and stuff like that to survive. So you have to go hunt. If you wander into too deep of snow, it brings down your stamina. You can actually freeze to death if you're outside in a blizzard. And then, of course, you have the Colossus aspect where you have all the bosses that you get to fight. So I'm super stoked about this game.
Adventure.
You should definitely check it out. It's awesome. You can actually get this game for $15. You can buy it for $15 right now by supporting the Kickstarter. The game does not come out until winter of this year.
Is that $15 just for the PC version?
That is. Hold on.
I'm just curious.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Yes, that is for PC. If you want the console version, it's $25. But you also get an elite grappling hook. So it's like a special in-game item that you have that I guess is like an upgraded grappling hook. And then you also get desktop backgrounds and a digital copy of the game.
Sweet. So, that's cool.
Yeah.
We got about 20 minutes left, so we can kind of each throw out one more thing.
Okay.
Whatever. Is that anything else that was cool about
that? As far as Pray for the Gods, no. I just want everyone to go check it out and support this project because it looks amazing. Especially if you're a fan of Team Eco games at all and you want more stuff after The Last Guardian just came out, you absolutely should go and support this game. Yes. So
sweet. So I'll let you go, Pat. I know you got a bigger topic. So if I'm going to guess,
it might take 20 minutes to do it because I have. It's not a lot, but I have a bunch of bullet points.
It's a bullet point, yeah.
It's Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda released their new cinematic trailer today. Not lying, literally today. Beep beep. So I'm just gonna go through it. Just let me point them off, and then
highlights.
We can talk about it all the way through. Number 1, female Turian is legitly in the cinematic. You can actually see the main character talking to a female Turian that's like on the ship all the way through. So initially in Mass Effect 3, the only time you ever got to see one was during the Omega DLC. So they're making it more realistic, which I like. You know, there's going to be male and female Turians and shit all the time. Number 2, it is official. Pathfinder is your code name the entire way through. So you're
like N7 or Spectre, like what Shepard was, your Pathfinder?
Your Pathfinder in this one.
That's cool.
Love interest are a thing. You see your main character like making out with a chick
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire time. It's
Gator.
a girl. It's not Nasari, but I'm sure
Aw.
Pee-wee can be your girl
PB.
if you want, or PB, whatever fucking name is. Doesn't matter.
I think it's PB.
Not good.
know
We were a
it is.
little wrong about this. I've said it multiple times on the podcast. I said 200 years it took for them to get there. It's legitly a line in the cinematic or the trailer they showed. The guy says 600 years.
Damn, yo.
He goes, it's been 600 years since I've gotten to do anything. Let's go.
That's a long
And
time.
he's just one of the side characters. So that's a little bit longer than what we thought it was going to be. Between all the arcs in general, all the ships that have came in.
What? There's more than one arc?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they sent a bunch of people.
There's a
out.
main arc, and then there's multiple side ships.
Oh, that's
kind
kind of cool. Okay, sorry. I just was like, wanted to
good.
clarify.
Between all, it says 20,000 people. That was the number put in the trailer. I don't know if it's more or if it's less. But 20,000 people. So I don't know, obviously, if all these people are going to be woken up right away, all the way through, which brings me to my next point. The arc is running out of resources. Is the reason why you're going to this, in the trailer, he says Habitat 7 is the name of the planet that you're in front of.
Huh.
So it seems like they finally made it to Andromeda, but now they're run out of resources, and as the Pathfinder, it's your job to go and explore to where, remember the whole dumb resource thing while you were doing, like, during Mass Effect 2 and 3, where, like, you're just scanning planets, doing that shit.
Yeah.
It feels like resource gathering is going to be a little bit bigger in this one because, like, people are depending on you, which would be great as more of a Paragon Renegade shit. It's like, maybe I have to put a certain amount of resources into this part of the ship or this part of the ship, to keep it running. Maybe, like, life support's obviously the biggest thing, but shields aren't your biggest thing right now while you're doing
So you have to reallocate the resources.
all the way through. Yeah. The main race that is the bad guys is called the Ket, K-E-T-T, is
New race.
is it, and their leader seems to be called the Archon.
It kind of reminds me, based off what I saw in the trailer, they kind of remind me of the Romulans
A little bit, yeah.
in Star Trek, which is really cool.
It seems like they're mining planets, trying to get resources at the same time, and you're trying to find resources for your ships to bring them all the way through.
Of course, they're immediately hostile, so yeah, so that should be fun.
Krogan's confirmed. BT dubs, Krogan's confirmed.
Yeah, I was worried about that when
there's
people were
literally
saying
no, and Josh posted it, but there's literally a line. The guy's like, "We got this," and he goes, "But we have Krogan."
He was like, "They have an army, we have a Krogan."
Yeah, it's literally one of the lines.
Stealing that from the Avengers
pretty
movie.
much.
Avengers,
Right,
yeah,
we have a Hulk or something.
Yeah.
And then the official name of the character, and this is legit. So Shepard, obviously, whether you're male or female, they always refer to you as Shepard. The main character is called Ryder.
Yeah,
We've said that before, right?
Twin brother and sister.
It's like
I didn't
something
know if it was
Ryder,
officially done, but there were a bunch of hints.
But
But
could it be a twin brother, or
But
twin
it's
sister?
Ryder.
Yeah.
Are you joking or are you
so-
serious?
No, I'm actually being serious.
No, they're brother and sister.
They're brother and sister.
Yeah, they're twins.
But what if I want?
Your father was the original Pathfinder, and something happens, and you're the new Pathfinder.
So you can't as far as character customization, you can't like change genders or
You can change genders.
You
Yeah.
can.
You can pick between the two.
But you can't create your own like you could do with Shepard.
No, I don't think so.
No.
You might be able to customize.
You can still customize your character if you, but
if you pick the male, you automatically get a sister.
Yeah,
Character.
your sister's going to be in
I
the
see.
story.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the nice
vice
thing.
versa.
she's one of your squad mates.
There's going to be parts of the story where whether you are male or female, it's brother or sister wise, it's going to be involved in the story.
I see.
Which
I
makes
see.
me even more excited.
So
But
the other thing I was going to talk, you actually kind of opened up a can of worms, like with I was going to mention the name of their dad. Their dad's name is Alec Ryder, who supposedly was he's starting
in
the
the N7 program with
He was the N7
Shepard?
program. No, he was with
Okay.
the N7 program prior to the time
Prior to before?
Sorry, prior to the time. That,
I'm sorry. You call us out on so many
I know,
things.
I know.
I had
Words
to.
are hard.
I know. Prior to the
Goddamn.
time that Anderson and Saren served together before when Saren first became a Spectre.
Really?
So
Wow.
so Alec Ryder is technically older than Captain Anderson. But he was like one of the first to join the N7 program.
That's pretty sweet. That's a
Yeah.
really, like we talked about before, me and Pat
Yeah.
multiple times. We want connections, small connections to
Yeah.
the old world.
That's
really fucking cool.
that there's your loosely based connection right there.
There you go.
Because I was watching this
want that
video. I was watching this video on YouTube. This guy like kind of breaking down like the timeline for the game and stuff. And he is the first Pathfinder, Alec Ryder.
Is he going into the novels and everything too?
Yeah, he's like he's
Yeah.
he's tying in information that he had like prior to the First Contact War. So he's like, by this timeline, this says that Alec Ryder is roughly 10 years older than Captain Anderson. So he's like, so by the time that the game first take place, it's like a year before the Reapers, come and attack Earth, and they start to like kind of send these arcs off into different parts of the galaxy. He's like, this would put this guy to be almost in his mid 60s and still serving as an N7 soldier.
Well, they've also referenced in the game that humans are living longer and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's
So
what
I'm
that's-
They
assuming
live to be
Like, so-
almost-ish 200 years
you're
old.
still being kick-ass in your 60s.
So like,
you know?
he's not like a decrepit old man. He's
Right.
still he's still whooping ass because
Yeah.
humans can live up to be like 150 years now.
synthetics.
Yeah. So
All
but
I've said is multiple times, I just want the line to where like the main bad guy's like, "You have no idea what a leader is," and I just want him to be like one dialogue choice that says, no, "We have a guy. we know of a guy.
You heard of Shepard before,
His
motherfucker?
name is Shepard." And that's it. And then I'll be done with the game.
Yeah, I don't think
I'll
Shepard-
just auto save and turn it off, and I'll be like, I don't even care about the rest of the game.
Do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior, the Mako?
Yes.
the Mako's not in this game. It's the Nomad now.
It's the no.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
This
It's
thing
based
looks
off
like
the Mako though.
looks
Basically
like
the same
fucking
thing,
neat stuff.
but
They're working with the Need for Speed team on that vehicle.
Mm.
So
'Cause
fuck yeah.
They realize how bad
They couldn't cater to the retards who can't drive it. So,
Whatever.
what else you got, Pat? Anything for else from
That's
X-Men?
pretty much it. The only
Right
other
on.
thing I had really was I don't know why the new planet is called Habitat 7. I don't know if they've like had scans on different planets in this new galaxy
I don't know.
in general. Like the entire time while they're getting there, like the arc is like going for habitable planets and everything, but it's just called Habitat 7, and apparently that's kind of, I don't know if the game starts there or what's going on. It's going to be like everyone's waking up out of cryogenic, sequence or hibernation or whatever. And yeah, 600 years. Yeah, I don't know. It's the new trailer. I love how they just gave us nothing pretty much. It's just like small things that we were asking about. And yeah, I'm just super hyped.
We'll definitely have to.
Andromeda.
We'll kind of probably wrap up the Mass Effect 3 podcast in the future with some Andromeda hopes and stuff. So
that's
Right
gonna
on.
happen. That's gonna happen.
Hells yeah, it is.
Before Andromeda gets released, Hell or High Water. So
oh yeah, for sure.
oh show. Huh. Well, is that time, Logan? Or
No, we
Yeah,
got.
background.
What do we got? What do we got?
Josh.
So that's
We got about 10 minutes.
About 10
Oh.
minutes.
Hell yeah. Well, I have a couple of quick things here. If unless you guys got something you want to talk about, so.
Just that the For Honor beta came out tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
And
Is it
so-
a beta or alpha?
I think it's a beta. It's
Okay.
because it's coming out in like 3 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
3.5, whatever. So it's only open for 4 days. I'm gonna try to record some, and so we can get something out for Honor.
Nice.
So
looks
I
fucking
gotta
cool,
ask you though,
so.
are you team Knights, Vikings, or Samurai?
Vikings.
Samurai.
Samurai.
Oh my God, yes.
Samurai, dude. All the way, Samurai.
They are masters of combat.
Yeah.
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 fucking-
But they
Vikings?
probably have like the weakest armor, but they're the fastest.
Yeah, it does sound like there's a good, I don't know, like
And
rock paper,
longest blade too.
Yes.
like a good like rock paper scissor kind of mechanic on. You have this perk, but I can exploit it. But then this other guy can exploit my weakness, and it's just like this whole kind of vice versa.
I
It's a mind fuckery, is what it
I
is.
imagine that.
No run and gun. You can't run and gun this
No
game.
run and sword.
No run
Or
and
run,
sword.
yeah, run and melee weapon.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Run and bludgeon.
Run and bludgeon. I imagine the Vikings would probably have the highest attack power, whereas the Knights would probably be like the most
Highest
Most
defense.
armored. Yeah.
most armored, and then
Samurai have the best
Samurai are
speed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I've looked more into the samurai than anything else because it has like throwings daggers that are poisoned. They have like the spear with the blade at the end. I can't think of what it's actually called. Like different kinds of swords. So it looks like there's gonna be
no dashi or
a
whatever.
good
it's called.
variety. I don't know. So I'm excited. So
yeah. So can you download it right now?
yeah, I had it installing earlier. I'm assuming it's done by now, so I'll probably be able to play it tonight. So.
Most of the time with betas, usually you have to register beforehand to get a code for it.
And I did.
Yeah, so I don't know if you registered. Maybe you can still get a hold of a code. Who knows though?
So
Usually
by
those
the
things
time you
require
hear
to
this,
sign
it'll
up
probably be
right
over though. So
Yeah.
that's the problem with our podcast is this cool thing's happening. You can't do it. I'm sorry.
You can't.
It's such a cool idea for a game, though. It
I-
really is.
yeah.
It really is. It's like, again, like I said, not run and gun, but instead of just massacre,
Hack and slash,
bullshit,
yeah.
Dynasty Warriors, like ridiculous. It's like, no, I have to analyze my enemy, you know, and it's not even just the players. Like, you have to work your way up to it looked like the main game. It's like, no, well, not the boss in general. It's just like, you have to go through waves of enemies, but unlike Dynasty Warriors, where you're just like, hack, kill, like, you're hitting like 20 people at once in one slash.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, you know, there's archers up here, so when I run in, they're probably going to fire, you know, shit at me, block real quick, take out a few guys. You don't take them all on because you have other people of your side fighting them at the same time. So while they're distracted, I'm going to go up and try to take out the leader, but you're still going to have to take on probably a few guys, or maybe worry about a few archers that are still like focused on you instead of like all the dumb little, you know.
How big are teams in this game? Are this like squads or
3?
Or what is
I've
I thought it was
seen.
4-on-4.
Maybe 4-on-4, yeah.
In
It
terms
would make
of,
sense for it to be 3-on-3, but
I can't remember. I've just watched gameplay at fighting. I haven't really checked game modes or anything. I know there's a story mode and I know there's multiplayer.
Oh, there is a story mode?
Yeah, there's a full
I
single
did
player
not know
mode.
there was a single player
I would
mode.
not have looked at this game had it not had a single player.
Okay,
So I didn't care about the multiplayer combat. I want
That
to
is neat.
experience. Yeah,
I
so
got a little razz there.
that's a little excited.
I like games that have both. So multiplayer always encourages replay value. You'll be done with the story eventually, but I mean, story to me, for a game like this, is very important. I'm glad that they're adding it.
Ubisoft has been killing it lately, though, man.
Come on, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Come on.
No, stop. You're reopening old wounds.
Ubisoft is being fucking awesome right
I
now.
know.
Exactly.
I just like
Siege Division. This game. Yes, amazing.
Ghost Recon.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
They just came with the game Steep that get pretty good reviews, so I'm all Ubisoft.
I wanna try that.
Ubisoft with it.
Steve got good reviews.
Like,
Interesting.
Good review. I mean, that's not
Decent.
blowing people away, but they said it's a solid.
Some person lost their life to make a commercial for that.
That's
game,
kind of a
Right.
niche.
It better be good.
Right,
Good.
right.
Jesus.
It's kind of a niche. That's kind of a niche game, though. You know,
It is a niche game, but
Steep is very niche.
It
so.
looks. I mean, it looks
But I love
interesting.
those
It looked
games.
interesting though, and it's because I used to really like SSX.
Oh.
And
actually, speaking of Ubisoft, we just segue before you go too far away from my segue. The Division had recently announced another piece of DLC, or their next piece of DLC. It's called The Last Stand. It's basically going to be 4-on-4 PvP combat.
I think you said it was 8-on-8.
I see, and I thought that it was 8-on-8 earlier, but I think it's just 4-on-4.
Okay.
But so far,
It's half as cool.
yeah,
It's half as cool.
yeah, half as cool. But you will be fighting in the Dark Zone. It's like between
Gay.
Yeah, it's between Dark Zones
So dumb.
section 7 and 8.
So is it like arena style or
It's gonna be like you know how survival is basically like its own entity.
Yeah.
That's what
Just
this.
a titty.
That's what. Shut up. That's what this section is going to be like.
So, Worth.
God damn it, Worth. So Logan, you really like survival, so you might really like.
Well, you
The
said
Last
it's
Stand.
between certain areas in the Dark Zone. Do you have to qualify to get that level then, or do you have to be a certain level to get there?
No, it's gonna. From what I understand, it's going to be like what survival is. So survival takes place in the Dark Zone, but it's not really the main Dark Zone area.
I wouldn't even say it takes place in the Dark Zone.
It is in the Dark Zone, Logan.
But the Dark Zone has levels and Dark Zone gear. Survival does not. It can be PvP. It can also be PvE though.
Right.
So you can say it takes place in the Dark Zone, but it does not have Dark Zone qualifications, and it's not in the Dark Zone because Dark Zone has certain areas that are toxic to you where there's not. That's not in this game. You know, it's not in whatever the survival.
I mean, technically though, the survival does take place in the Dark Zone.
Well, not really, because it's...
Where are you going with the hazmat suit?
It doesn't matter, because it is a standalone part of the game. It doesn't matter where it theoretically takes place.
There's a different leveling system than
yeah,
just
the Dark Zone is... They're all their own entity. They're all separate.
And I realize this, but that's what I'm telling you, is that this is going to be separate from... This from what I'm reading right here, it says it's going to be separate from the main game. It's going to be like a DLC, like it's... It'd be a lot like survival.
That is like survival. It is its own separate thing.
It's its own separate
But when you
entity.
said you're in a certain zones in the Dark Zone itself, I was wondering if you needed to have certain Dark Zone levels to even access it.
I imagine they're just saying that for geographical purposes.
That's fine, because I would hate for it to actually apply that to the Dark Zone level, because I don't like that. So
It is going to include a new incursion.
Ooh, that's cool.
Other than,
which we haven't done none of them.
Yeah.
Right?
So there will be 3 hot zones. Each have their own objective to complete them, so it is objective based. The Ubisoft did mention that they are looking into an area for PvP only. No further details on the new PvE content at the moment.
When's that coming out?
Let me see. There's no release date yet. At least not from what I'm seeing right here.
That's still cool though.
Yeah, so
Leslie,
I imagine it'll be soon. Should be fairly soon. When did they release
March
survival mode?
Oh, survival mode?
I can't remember. That was the second DLC. This game came out last March, so it's been 2 DLCs in about a year.
They had the Underground DLC first, and then they had the survival,
yeah.
and then now.
Which, to be fair, they've added incursions separately. They've changed the leveling kind of stuff. They added gear.
I imagine it'd probably be out. Well before the 1 year mark.
I don't know. That'd be nice to have it before the 1 year.
Yeah.
So.
Because then it would be a legitimate season pass. Though.
Right. So.
There's not really a whole lot of concrete information on it right now because this other link says it's 8v8. So I don't know. It's weird. I just want to let everybody know that it's out there. They've announced it and they're thinking about you.
So that's pretty much the podcast. Do we have any final things? Anybody want to say?
February Xbox Games with Gold has been announced. The Xbox One games are Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time and Project Cars Digital Edition. The Xbox 360 games that are going to be free on backwards compatibility are Monkey Island 2 Special Edition and Star Wars The Force Unleashed.
Ooh.
Pretty sweet.
Number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1?
Number 1 is better anyway. So.
How about 1?
So that's
good.
cool.
That'll introduce people to the... Sorry.
Introduce
people to the, like... Force Unleashed.
I just beat those like a couple of months ago, so...
Star Killer, motherfucker!
Yeah! So other than that, that's
Star
it.
from orbit.
That's it for me.
Sweet. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, bye.
Episode 64. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm stealing the God's power.
God damn it, Pat.
We're like your podcast.
God's not real. Logan's not real.
Sultry voice, though. Can't help it.
Yeah.
Well, you do
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's pretty, baby, but I didn't take it out.
Like, comment if you want anything that we want to talk about. Please let us know.
We might kind of look into kind of doing some like spin-off kind of podcast too. So if you have suggestions for different things you just want to hear us go off about, then tell us, and we probably will.
Also, let us know what kind of drugs you want to see us on while we do these podcasts. We really appreciate your feedback, and
Challenge accepted.
we guys want you to shape this podcast to help us shape the podcast to be the podcast it was meant to be.
All right, that's it.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.